about, you know,
Preach.
all this stuff, you know.
Oh, preach. All right.
The gospel, that whole trip.
Yes.
And he said that the Father in heaven, who he was in direct communication with,
As you all are,
yes,
so to speak.
well, he said that the Father would impress upon my heart down the road that his wish for me to literally release everything. Well, I didn't have too many possessions then anyway, but I had a backpack and some shoes and stuff. And I went down to Sedona, preached the gospel for a few days, and then I went down to Phoenix, and I knew that when I got to Phoenix, all I could think about was letting go of everything.
Yay.
So I got down there, and I went to a mission, and I gave him everything except for my blanket, my Bible, and my, you know, I was barefoot, the whole thing.
All right.
And then I walked along the sidewalk, and
Nice.
I burnt my feet.
Yes.
And I got to this little bit of grass, and I sat down, and I just said to myself, like, there's only one thing I know right now that I'm real clear on.
Yes.
And that is, if I can't preach the gospel out of love,
Yes.
I can't do it, because I was doing it out of fear.
Ah,
that I would
very
literally
good.
burn in hell.
Yes.
You know. And for like, so then I went back to the mission, and luckily, very coincidentally,
Yeah, thank
they
you.
still had my my return bus ticket to LA. They hadn't given it away yet. So I
Right.
hopped on a bus to LA, and because I really felt your presence at that time, I felt like you were coming to mind a lot. Although I was doubting my original beliefs in you, but
You do not have to believe in me.
I know that.
The only one you need to believe in is you.
Yeah.
And that is what the whole thing was all about.
Yeah. I learned that I had to really learn to believe in myself totally.
Thank you very much for believing in you. You are far more likely to burn on the sidewalk than in hell. Now, the other individual's understanding of their relation to creation, that is for them to understand, for them to go through, for them to process. But you were replaying some of the so-called apostolic connections that we have discussed with you as well, replaying them out in the present so you could recognize, again, the idea is not to be anyone's follower, but to be your own being, to be your own facet of the multidimensional crystal of infinite creation.
Yeah, I realized that it was like a bringing forward into this time period. The only, regarding this whole thing,
Yes.
Orion has been coming up a lot for me in the last week or so. Since
Yes.
I got back, I feel that this scenario
Oh,
has
very
strong
reflective.
connections
Yes,
to
yes,
do with
yes.
that.
For you will understand, to put this extremely simply, much of what you call the religious structure upon your world, not the core belief, the religious structure upon your world is an Orion invention.
And I'm sure you're aware.
You knew that? You knew that? Ah. You see, in your terms, to speak pragmatically, once again, and very simply, what you call God does not contain the phrase, thou shalt not, in its vocabulary. Simply the ideas that were being communicated from what you call higher consciousness to your level of consciousness were understood but interpreted through the Orion framework. Because that is one of the things that your early society was all about. The fresh inclusion of the Orion energy so that it could be balanced in your society now and allow everyone to recognize the balance of energy within themselves so that everyone knows the power is within you, not within another individual outside you, which is what the whole Orion idea is all about. Domination, control, servitude, slavery. You follow me?
Yeah.
The old Orion idea. Because at present there is also a balance within the Orion systems, and there is Orion light as well.
I'm sure you're aware also that it was exactly a year tonight that Naaman
As
brought through his message. Is there anything regarding those communications at this time?
not at this time. For you, all of you, now, are going through the blending and the balancing of those energies to allow there to be anything you might consider to be reincarnations of Naaman to exist in the present state within what you call Orion light, and the reincarnation of that being in the present state of the Orion systems is very well aware of exactly what you are all.
About 3 or 4 months ago, I asked you about my moving into an apartment in the same building, and I didn't know why, and you said in 6 to 8 weeks I would know. Well, 5 weeks ago, my apartment that I moved out of, there was a fire in it, and everything in it was destroyed. So I thought that was a pretty amazing reason why I moved, and I trusted in it, and then 3 days later I got the chicken pox, and then a day later my back went into a muscle spasm.
Having fun.
I notice I create pretty visual symbols.
All right.
The first week of the chicken pox, I was hallucinating and I had a very high fever.
And what did you see?
I asked for dreams that would take me out of my body so I could sleep at night. And I had wonderful dreams with spacecraft, mostly with clouds. And every time I asked myself to have an out-of-body experience, I'd have it. Also, I spent about 4 to 5 hours a day in water in the bathtub and pictured dolphins.
Yes, the dolphins, yes.
And they helped me a lot.
Oh, yes. Do you not feel their love even as you are releasing right now?
Yes. The second week, I went into a state of total panic and fear.
All right, how exciting. Brought you right into the moment, didn't it?
It did. And...
Did you laugh at all during that time?
No, I didn't. I cried.
All right. Still centering. That is still centering.
I cried for 1 full week.
My.
Yes. And I felt very much out of my power.
All right.
I felt very vulnerable and very exposed and very ugly.
All right.
And by the end of the 3rd week, I started noticing that I started feeling that I was not the body, that I was very different than what the body looked like.
Very good.
And it was very beautiful, and I started listening to your tapes nonstop, and really started to learn to love myself, even though I'd go back and forth thinking I wanted to end my life.
Yes. Many individuals, as we have observed upon your planet, will not allow themselves to begin to truly love themselves until they reach, as you say, the bottom of the barrel, when they have no other direction to go in but up.
Well, I figured I got a disease where no one wanted to be with me because I was contagious, so I had to spend time with myself.
Yes. Because you did not want to be with you.
Well, I definitely forced the issue.
Yes. Very clever of you.
Thank you. Well, I went back to work 2 weeks ago, and I was fired last Friday from my job after being there 3 years.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't expect it, but I bought a bottle of champagne and I bought myself flowers, and I proceeded to become extremely happy.
That is why we say congratulations.
It seems that I would not allow myself to do what excited me the most, and so I co-created being fired.
Yes.
And for the first time in the last 5 weeks, I kind of see why all of these things happened, why I let them happen.
Thank you for recognizing your patterns. Now you can use them.
I feel really actually the happiest I've ever felt in my life.
Oh, thank you very much.
The only question I do have is my face seems to be healing the least quickly. Is there any suggestion you can give to co-creating a quicker healing?
Allow a lightening of the diet. Allow more of the fluids within you. Allow deep and even breathing and cool, purified water into your system to allow your bodily cellular structure to take advantage of all of its natural healing capacity. Let yourself know that you are in a meditative state at electromagnetic center, electromagnetic zero. Realign the entire blueprint idea of yourself within your imagination and see a new crystalline form appearing where the old body used to be.
In a sense, this is a rebirth, is it not?
Of course. In every sense of the word.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We thank you for your boldness and your decision to do all of that processing so rapidly. Shows how strong you really know you are.
Yes, I kept remembering that.
Yes, thank you very much. Shedding.
States for Nigeria on a grant to teach textile design and do research.
All right.
While I was there, I got involved with traditional healing and developed a project and became very involved with a healer.
All right.
I want to bring him to the United States. We're very much in love. We feel that we've been connected
Guys.
in many lives.
Guys.
And would like this relationship to grow.
Guys.
And develop towards marriage, into marriage.
All right. Recognize, first of all, however, of course, it is a marriage right now, no matter how you choose to define the idea.
Spiritual union.
That is the same thing.
Right.
The ritual, in that sense, does not make it any more of a marriage.
The difficulties.
Oh, here they come. All right. Yes?
Family.
Family! Yes? Which family? Whose family?
Both families make it difficult.
I see.
And,
what about this family here?
Well, I understand what you're saying, but on the earth plane, it's very difficult.
Whoa, one moment, one moment, please. One moment. Just one very little moment, please. Thank you. Now, we do not mean to make light of your situation in a negative sense, but we do suggest that you lighten up a little bit about what you think is difficult or not difficult on the earth plane. Nothing is set in steel. Nothing. And any difficulty that you observe is only the habit of believing that things must be difficult where these types of ideas are concerned. There is nothing that has to be difficult about this. One suggestion we have for you is to recognize, first and foremost, that you already are together.
Right, and very much committed to the same thing.
Yes, and the entire planet is your home. The entire planet is your family. And you are learning that distance means nothing. That distance is an illusion, and it is in learning these things that will cancel the illusion of distance and allow you the physical proximity you desire. But as long as you choose to believe there are barriers, social, political, religious, what have you, between you, you will create and continue to create those barriers.
So therefore, in this current life, how best can we embark on our proposals together?
By doing your part where you are right now and recognizing that he is with you, that you are with him, and that you are doing what you need to be doing in the areas you need to be doing it, functioning as the active poles so that the distance between you can be lessened. You are bringing yourselves together by bringing the world together. You are shrinking the distance between you by shrinking the world. So there are no longer any barriers. By removing the barriers within yourself, you remove the barriers within your reality of the world. There is no simply one earth, and that's the way it is on that earth. Each and every individual, yes, we recognize, in a sense, there is a collective idea of earth. But even within that idea, each and every individual lives on a different earth. Literally. I am not speaking figuratively. I am not speaking philosophically. So what you determine your earth shall be the earth you experience, regardless of what you think the earth has in store for you.
But when you propose a blending, a cultural blending,
yes,
and higher ideas,
yes,
you also face the day-to-day difficulties.
Who says?
Who
says?
Government
Who says?
difficulties.
Who says?
It's what, is.
Stop.
Kind of
Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. You are creating a dogma for yourself, and you are religiously following it. You are basing your present experience and your future experience on your past. You are saying just because this is the way it has been, then this is the way it must be. Why? Why?
Because they can't cut through it.
Yes, you can. You have not been doing it. One moment. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If you find that there is a raging forest fire in front of you, and it blocks your path to where you wish to go, do you fight it by throwing sticks at it? Do you actually fight fire with fire and make a bigger fire? Or do you soothe it with water? Which do you use?
Soothing.
Then understand. When you say, well, these obstacles exist, and we have been trying to get rid of them, understand, you are not allowing yourself to transform them by using them for what they are. Allow yourself, first of all, to recognize you do not have to believe, that just because those barriers have existed in the past, that they must exist now. And I would, in your terms, perceive that many of the methods you have used to transform them have been only reflections of the barriers themselves and the methodologies they are used to using in remaining in existence. You are, in other words, simply using their own tactics, which only create stronger barriers. Allow yourself to let them dissolve by inviting them in and passing them through you. The idea is not to break a barrier. The idea is to dissolve a barrier. But the way you do that is by accepting to begin with that you are doing your part in the creation of that barrier. Accept your part in the creation of that barrier. Accept your part in the sustaining of that barrier through the beliefs you have been taught by your society, by buying into those beliefs. Yes, it must be a struggle. Yes, it must be difficult. By buying into those beliefs, you sustain the barrier and create it to be difficult and create it to be a struggle. Don't buy into them. But recognize within yourself that the barrier, if you have sustained it up to this point, can best be dissolved by acknowledging your part in creating it. Then you take it within yourself and say, why would I choose to believe there are barriers? How does it serve me to believe these barriers exist? When you redefine your belief system about why you believe these barriers have existed, why you find you have believed that they must exist, and why you believe that they must restrain you from this point forward, then you will have the definitions themselves that create the barriers to remain. When you have the definitions that create the barriers to remain, all you have to do is redefine them. Redefine the definitions as you prefer to believe. I prefer to recognize I have created the barrier because I believed this. Now I prefer to believe this. Once I believe this, no barrier will remain. You will be able to walk through those barriers as if they didn't exist, even if they exist for everyone else on your planet. Just because other individuals, just because the majority of your society says that's the way it is, you don't have to pay attention to that. You don't have to. And it is only your belief that the collective has more power than the individual that allows you to sustain those barriers in front of you. The collective does not have more power than you.
So it's by saying that I have cues that this will work, that we want to establish work together, have a family together, continue what we've been doing.
To some extent, yes, but recognize also within this many of the reasons as to why you want the things you want. Because some of the things you want may be able to be manifested in different ways than you expect they should be. Because many of your expectations may also be belief systems that have been put upon you by your society as to how you think it should come about in order to represent the idea. You may kinda continues.
A kind of hello to you, Bashar.
And to you, good day, good morning.
Yay. Well, nothing much special is going on.
All right, next.
Except that I'm ecstatic.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh boy, after Shasta and 20 million places of perfect peace later, I think I came to the realization that every place that you are is your place of perfect peace.
My.
Oh, isn't that nice? The question that I have for you,
Yes.
I need to have something clarified.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We'll see how good you are at clarifying it.
I know you'll make me figure this out, too.
No, I will not make you.
Okay.
I will allow you to.
Okay. The Earth term, the 3D term, the
Right.
astral plane,
Yes.
where supposedly when we go through transition, or what we refer to as quote-unquote death.
Yes, the 3D term of a 4D place.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know now. Is the astral plane synonymous with 4D?
Non-physical 4D. Yes. There is a physical fourth density as well. That which you will be experiencing as the physical lives you live in the transformational age upon your planet. But bit by bit, towards what you may call, colloquially, in linear sense, the end of your fourth density existence, the non-physical fourth density and the physical fourth density will be almost completely indistinguishable, and that is when you will be 5D.
That answers both questions. Then, for
Thank you.
instance, when you are 5D, that would be what would resemble the idea of transition or death from 3D to the astral plane.
To some degree, yes. The idea, as we have stated, of going from level to level, transition to transition, plane to plane, is the recognition that you are the dimension of experience that you thought you previously existed within. So, you thought you used to exist in physical reality. Now you are understanding that you are physical reality. When you understand that you are non-physical reality as well, you will then move into the fifth dimensional plane. And you will become, or recognize that you already are, the actual dimension of non-physical awareness, what you call the astral plane, that perhaps for a while you thought you existed within. And on, and on, and on. Always recognizing that you actually are the dimension of experience that previously you thought you inhabited.
Right. Now, so therefore, the fourth density, being that it is a more accelerated frequency or vibrational level,
will be closer to a blending of physical and non-physical reality. And that's why your physical reality is becoming more flexible, more malleable, because you are becoming as thought forms in a world of thought form, and as you think, so shall you experience, just as you do in the astral plane. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Bashar. And I had oodles of fun up in Shasta.
Thank you for your oodles.
Bye.
Sharing.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good morning.